It's Rhythm and Soul Radio. I am Marco Nobles. We have our guest line open. Of course, those of you listening on rhythmandsoulradio.com, those of you watching our live stream on live on nws.com or mixcloud.com/rhythm and soul radio or twitch.tv/rhythm and soul radio. You can see and you can hear I am joined by a special guest, you soul singer, Afro-pop
Yes,
artist.
yes,
TolumiDE is with
yes,
me.
sir.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
It's so good to have you. So let's start from the beginning because a lot of people are just being able to hear you with the current single Throwback, which we're gonna talk about. But talk about the beginning for TolumiDE. You're Nigerian
Yes,
now in Washington D.C. Uh,
yes,
and talk about your music and your career because when I hear Throwback, I hear a lot of different things. I hear your Nigerian heritage. I hear some of the Afro pop, Afro soul sound, world beat sound. I hear happiness. I
yes.
hear lots of things in your music. So talk a little bit about who TolumiDE is for everybody.
Awesome. Well, I am a singer-songwriter. I call my music Suya Soul because it's soul music. Soul music is music from the heart, and it's
Mm-hmm.
certainly music that I've been heavily influenced by. And Suya is a spicy spice that's usually sold on a kebab. It could be beef, it could be, you could put it on vegetables, but I thought to describe my music as that because I am just trying to add my own spicy African flavor to this wonderful genre of R&B soul music and
Mm-hmm.
inspiration. Um, a little bit about me. I was born in Canada, raised in Lagos. Went to primary school and secondary school there, went back to Canada to go to university, and then made my way to the States after I graduated with my Bachelor of, study fine arts,
Mm-hmm.
and then came here and decided, after working for a year or two, I said, I can't leave this music thing. I got to do something with it. And so here I am. This is 4 albums later. I did have
Right.
a pretty mega introduction to just this music industry field when I was in Canada because I joined an all-female dance hall reggae band. And it was
Okay.
right before I got into college. So I sang with them all throughout college, like for 5 years. And so that was an amazing experience. And it certainly just introduced me to now, music on a larger scale. I grew so much. I've been singing a lot, singing at church, singing at my primary school in Lagos. And I certainly had love for music from my parents' records, listening to Whitney Houston, Gladys Knight, Luther Vandross,
Mm.
Stevie Wonder. I mean, great soul singers, Sade. And then suddenly, being back home, I listened to a lot of African pop, your Yvonne Shaka Shaka, Onyeka Onwenu, Chrissy Esen, Igbo Queen. And so all those influences have kind of brought me to where I am today. And it's been okay. I love R&B. I love soul music. I love to inspire. And so how can I kind of add, how can I, kind of at least offer all these
Mm-hmm.
influences into my music, gospel music, inspiration, all that is really in there. And so, yeah, that's in a nutshell me. I just,
Right.
came here, I was working and said, you know what, let me do the solo thing. And slowly but surely, I just kept learning, growing, and I'm still growing.
Right.
And, here I am with this single called Throwback, this new single I have called Throwback, and I'm excited about it. I just released it this year, and yeah, it's gonna be, just I felt it was a good single to just kick off, introducing the new album, which I am looking forward to release later on this year.
Right. So now, then, were you in a musical family? I mean, growing up, you said you were born in Canada and grew up in Nigeria. So obviously, there's always lots of music and celebration around in that aspect. But were you in a musical family? You mentioned you sang in church and sang around growing up. But
Yeah.
what kind of influences were around you that pushed you more towards the music?
Definitely my parents. I mean, my parents are already creative beings. My dad is an artist,
Mm.
architect, civil engineer. My mom dabbled in so many things from being a dietitian to nutrition to being a fashion designer. So, and then a lot of my relatives too, play instruments, it's piano and also
Mm-hmm.
into music. So, my foundation definitely came from my family. I mean, music I learned, really from playing their records back in the day when
Okay.
we have record players, and which is actually even coming back now. Vinyl
Right.
is now the
Right.
in thing. So, I listened to a lot to their records, and then just kind of it just really I just adapted and loved music. And so definitely in church it was with the choir. In my high school in Nigeria, I was part of what was kind of like a cultural dance group where we'll wear a traditional attire and we'll sing we'll sing like traditional songs. And it was like a group I formed it with, well, not I formed it, but it was kind of like a group that I joined. And then in that case, you're not using a microphone, you have to sing out loud. So I think that kind of really helped my chords kind of start to develop. So a
Mm.
combination of, singing and listening to music and appreciating it and being inspired, I think really just kind of molded me to to really just grow and blossom really with doing music. So yes, I would say all round creative family definitely has influenced my love. When I went to Canada, I studied fine art, kind of wanting to go in the same footsteps as my dad. I mean, I didn't go as far as
Mm.
architecture, but I did study fine art. And my university was the fine arts program it had music, it had dance, it had all, different disciplines, the visual arts, which is what I did, graphic design. It had,
Mm-hmm.
all these different forms of creative expression. And just being around that throughout my college days was definitely another influence of me just being surrounded by creators that have, I believe, have all kind of added elements to my own ultimate, goal to really just use each and every single talent. So yes, I'm singing, and I have this knowledge and this ability to also be a visual artist and graphic designer. So I'm using everything. I mean, that I'm able to use for my brand, and
Mm.
then the music I'm able to just kind of flourish in it and grow. I use the word grow because that's ultimately I feel that you never really stop learning and growing
Right.
and keeping in tune to what you can do, what can be done with every single little gift that's given. So yes, certainly my family were definitely a very instrumental to getting me to where I am, and definitely that zeal and that drive to just want to do something with this
Right.
gift, music, and love for music.
Absolutely. You mentioned when you went back to Canada for college, you were part of a dancehall reggae group. Talk,
Yes,
so now you have all of these different influences, and you mentioned your studies that was not as much music but graphic design and that sort of thing. How does all of that influence your music?
oh well, very significantly. I mean, in when I joined the band, I actually, a backstory to how I joined the band is that when I went to Toronto, my school is in Toronto. When I moved there from Nigeria, I got a job working in a hair salon, just a
Mm-hmm.
side gig, just before I got into college. I'm braiding hair, because I'd
Mm-hmm.
learned to braid hair back home in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
And so while I was doing that, my boss's sister came in and said she has a band and she's looking for a singer. So a friend of mine actually helped me get that job, and he said, "Oh, Tolu knows how to sing. That's my short name is Tolu. My
Okay.
artist name is TolumiDE." And
Mm-hmm.
so she's like, "Oh, okay, sing for me." So I sang right there in the salon, and then she said, "Okay, come to my band. Come to my band. Let me see you try out." So I went, and I mean, I was pretty. It. I didn't hold back in wanting to just, learn and be. I was just so excited, like, wow, I'm going to be part of a band, and it was all females from different, Toronto. If you don't think Toronto is like, there's so many, such a multicultural city. She's
Yes.
Jamaican. She had another member that's from Cuba, another member from Dominica Republic, so just so from Dominica and Ghana, just so many different flavors, Canadians in the group. So I started off just doing backup, but over the years, I just grew to start doing lead, learned a little bit of patois in between, because I had to,
Mm-hmm.
slowly, dancehall reggae has a lot of energy. So
Yes.
slowly, I started learning her undertones. I started being kind of like the hype girl, the singer, hype girl,
Okay.
So it was a wonderful experience, and it transcended to my, as a solo artist. All those experiences I had with the band have, also been my guide now. When I'm writing, I'm thinking, okay, I want to add, I want to add some reggae, because I got introduced into music with a full band. So I embrace
Mm.
like working with musicians. I love full production. I love studio production. I like just all the various flavors of elements, and bringing that into music. So certainly, it certainly was, I mean, an amazing experience, and I'm still friends with all of them. And and now it's now okay. How can I bring all the elements? There's a song I have called "Because
Mm-hmm.
that has elements of this, some that is it's not as fast paced, but it doesn't definitely has some elements of reggae, and I have a few more songs that has elements of that. So certainly on my projects, I always kind of think about, okay, I want, if the whole goal is to bring in all these influences that I have, gained from, Nigeria, from Canada, from being part of the band, from what I hear, what I listen to, what I appreciate, what I hear others appreciate as well. So yeah, it certainly plays a significant role in my music, my experience
Awesome.
with the band. Yeah,
Awesome. It's Rhythm
yeah.
and Soul Radio. I'm Marco Nobles. We are talking with TolumiDE, singer-songwriter. Her single is called Throwback. And you recorded this, in the midst of the pandemic that we've all been going through over the last year plus. Talk about, and I guess it's also the first single from your upcoming album. So you recorded the entire album during the pandemic, right?
Yes, during the pandemic, some of it prior, because I had actually was looking forward to release it in 2020. So
Mm.
by 2020, I had to kind of, just kind of slowed down the process. So I said, okay, at least this one I had written Throwback, and so during the pandemic, I just added a few more words to it, because in that moment I was I was reminiscing a lot, and I believe everyone can relate to that. You're at home and
Mm.
you're just thinking about, I remember when, sometimes I was reminiscing on, back in the days when I was a kid, and just, there's no cares of the world, no no
Mm-hmm.
bills, and then reminiscing sometimes about just the previous year of just traveling and going out and no cares. So as I was writing, I just felt that I knew a lot of people could relate to this, and so that's why, and I did want everyone to kind of really appreciate those moments when you're looking back, appreciate that all that has been beautiful golden moments to really celebrate. And so for this song, I worked with Terry Poindexter, who is a
Mm-hmm.
producer in that's here in the States, and he's produced quite a number of my other songs. Along with, I mean, I've worked with amazing producers. He produced the song called "My Love," the track single for the second full album I released, and that
Mm-hmm.
song, that song got me quite a bit of recognition. The music video for it got a nomination, to R&B, most gifted R&B music video nomination at the Channel O Music Video Awards in South Africa. And
Mm.
I think people started to recognize, like, oh, okay, this girl is okay. This is just somebody that seems to be doing something. And so for this throwback, I said, I want to work with Terry. Again on this one, and it was my first song I recorded virtually. So he helped with producing music. We both kind of collaborated on, certainly the music side. I had my microphone at home, and
Mm-hmm.
we got, found software that we could use, and I could sing at home, and he could, we could record, and we could literally virtually work from two two states in the states, but two different states. And so
Yes.
yeah, that's how the song came about. And then just, okay, this is it, it's a done deal, this is going to be the first single. And I had other songs I was considering as a first single, but it kind of, when I recorded it, I said, you know what, let me start off this new year with this one, and then we'll
Yes.
it's going to, we're bringing joy in, we're bringing happiness in, we're bringing, just appreciation for friendship, for life, and just not being down about, knowing that they're definitely down and out times in our moments. We're really trying to highlight those moments that, that will make us feel really good inside, because
Yes.
there's no way we can avoid the challenges of life. That's going to come at
Right.
some point in time. But ultimately, they make us stronger no matter what it is, And I knew a lot of people have been, even in my family, I've been through quite a few times with lost loved ones. And, there's so many things that have happened, So I know I'm not alone in feeling, just
Mm-hmm.
feeling the hurt and feeling like, okay, I need something to uplift and really get everyone, just get everyone really just excited and about the possibilities of, you know, post pandemic era.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yes,
Um, and I know you mentioned, you were thinking about other songs as a single. So without giving away too much of the upcoming album, tell us some of what we can expect on the upcoming album that is coming later this year.
Oh yes, well, certainly Suya Soul. That I can tell you that's going to be the title of the album, Suya
Okay,
Soul.
okay, all right.
So it's going to be Suya Soul, and it's going to be me. I mean, I love the word sunshine, so you're going to see a lot of sprinkles of sunshine in almost, quite a few songs in there. I love to sing about love, life, laughter, and reality. I think, as I mentioned, I am not, I'm not immune to the challenges of life, and I'm not immune to also the happiness and the joys that life has to offer as well. And
Mm-hmm.
so there's a lot of feel good music in there. There's as I said, reggae. I don't diverge from reggae. There's Afro beats, yes. There's
Mm-hmm.
R&B.
Mm-hmm.
There's classic soul. There's gonna be something for everyone. There's music that you can 1-2 step to.
Yeah.
And there's music that you can komole. Komole means get on down in Yoruba. Komole to, like, really boogie down to. so
Okay.
so yes, I encourage everyone to please sign my email list on my website tolumidemusic.com, so I can let you know when the album drops, and also keep you posted with a few singles. I have one or two that I'll release just before the album comes out. But I'm excited. There's something for the ladies. There's something for the gentlemen. There's something for the babies. There's something for the grannies, grandmas, and grandpas. Yes, and I hope to just bring a lot of sunshine to and good, a good collection, audio collection to anyone's catalog that they have, on their playlist.
Excellent, excellent. It's Rhythm and Soul Radio. We've been talking with TolumiDE. Uh,
Yeah.
the the upcoming album is Suya
Suya
Soul. Is that
Soul.
Suya Soul?
Suya
I'm trying to work.
Soul.
I got to work. I got time to work on the pronunciation. By the time you
You
release
got
the album, I'll have it right. Suya Soul.
Suya Soul. That's it. So Suya Soul.
All right, all right.
Spicy, flavorful African soul music. Yes.
Yes, we like that. And the first single is Throwback, and we're going to get into that now. Tulumide, thank you so much for taking the
Thank
time and talking
you.
with us. We
Oh,
really
thank you so
appreciate it.
much.
And hopefully we can do this again when you
Yes.
release the album in a
Oh,
few
yes.
months.
Thank you. Thank you, Marco. I'm so grateful to be here representing. Thank you so much for just this wonderful platform, giving us some cool soul R&B vibes. And
Yes.
definitely I look forward to come back again. Everybody, Throwback is out. It's out on all digital platforms. My website, tolumidemusic.com, on Spotify, Pandora, Amazon, even TikTok and Instagram Reels is there. So I encourage you. And if you post a video, please tag me. You can use the hashtag Tolumide Throwback. I'd love to see your posting. In fact, right now, I've told everyone on my platform to post something. It could be anything. It could be you dancing. It could be you singing. It could be you sewing, skating. I love to skate actually, so I love watching
All
skating. It
right.
could be,
All
it could
right.
be you doing 1-2 step. It could be even sleeping or cooking. Oh gosh, I love cooking. Post if you post something, please use the music to the video and tag me so I can also join in your celebration. And before I go, I must add that Ayola, because I have got that question. Ayola means is a name, actually, a Yoruba name, and it's actually a name that means Ayo, joy, Ola, wealth. And so I thought to use that for the song because I thought, I want to, we're talking about joy and even wealth. I mean, I know wealth, everyone thinks of money as wealth, but really joy is also a form of wealth. So I hope that you'll enjoy and be happy and, join in the fun of just reminiscing and appreciating every single moment that you've experienced in your lifetime. Thank you so much, Marco Nobles.
We appreciate you, TolumiDE, and everyone. You should appreciate Throwback right here, right now on Rhythm and Soul Radio. La 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 la, Ayola. Throwback, throwback, Ayola. La 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 la, Ayola mio. Take me back in time. Old school throwback. When I had no worries, I was free as a bird. Bring back the day, I reminisce on the day. Bring back the day, hanging out and playing games. Bring back the day, didn't need much money to have a good time. Bring back the day, bring back the day, bring back the day, and go back to old school. Remember dancing in the sun, and I remember playing in the rain, and I remember eating a balumo on a warm summer day. I bring back the day, I reminisce on the day, bring back the day, hanging out and playing games. Bring back the day, didn't need much money to have a good time. Bring back the day, bring back the day, bring back the day, and